Hello, my name is Carlos, and today I'll be talking about Knowledge, Undefeated Justified True Belief by Keith Lure and Thomas D. Paxton Jr. What is knowledge? I think that's a great question to ask. The reason for this is because knowledge can be open to multiple interpretations. Knowledge can also be divided into multiple types of knowledge, and then knowledge can also be influenced by race, culture, background, and other variety of factors. I myself struggle with this question. The reason why I struggle with this question is because while the word knowledge is very simple, the definition of knowledge can be very broad, and like I stated, it can be open to multiple interpretations. After reading this week's readings, I would say that I gravitated more towards Keith's and Thomas' reading. The reason for this is because they broke down the question of what is knowledge in a way where I was able to understand it, and they also broke down the question step by step. In the beginning of the reading, Thomas and Keith give two basic definitions. The first definition would be basic knowledge is completely justified true belief, and the second one is non-basic knowledge is undefeated justified true belief. Most of the article, Thomas and Keith spent on proving the second statement, which is non-basic knowledge is undefeated justified true belief. They use the theory of diffusibility to prove the second statement. They do this through using multiple examples. One example would be the situation that involves Tom, where Tom sees his neighbor walking to the library, and he sees that his neighbor takes out a book, and he sees that he just walks out with it, meaning that Tom has a justified belief that his neighbor is stealing. Keith and Thomas also give examples proving that Tom has a valid, justified true belief that he saw his neighbor stealing, and also they also bring examples where Tom does not have this belief. One point I would say I would disagree with on Keith and Thomas would be they present the same exact scenario of Tom and his neighbor, but they add I would say an irrelevant fact that involves presenting the birth of Tom, and doing so actually it defeats Tom's justified true belief. But furthermore, later on in the article, they actually prove that this irrelevant fact was actually irrelevant through another example of defeasibility. I think overall I was pleased with the article because I was able to read it through and read it slowly as well, and I was able to understand what Keith and Thomas were saying in comparison to the other articles, which after multiple readings there were some parts that I still did not understand. One question to also ponder is whether should we just focus on non-basic knowledge, so we just ignore basic knowledge at some point. Overall, I would say that I had a great time.